Oh.
Now at 9, prosecutors seek punishment. The latest update on former Clark County Public Administrator Robert Tellis.
Plus, going green. How school buses here in the Valley are in for a big change.
And Halloween weekend is here. We'll bring you all the tricks and treats happening around the Valley.
Now, news that matters to you on campus and beyond. Live. You're watching Studio G.
Good morning and thank you for joining us here on Studio G. My name is Dominic Lavoie.
And I'm Mia Nakamura.
Another update in the Robert Tellis case. The former Clark County administrator pleaded not guilty in the killing of Review-Journal reporter Jeff Gehrman. This was Tellis' first appearance in court since making the change from a public defender to hiring a private attorney. Prosecutors have also confirmed that they will not be seeking the death penalty in this case. Tellis is currently being held at Clark County Detention Center without bail. His next court date is scheduled for November 2nd.
As the weather cools down, health officials warn of a possible tridemic. With the flu, COVID, and RSV spiking as temperatures continue to drop, children's hospitals and emergency rooms across the U.S. are seeing a surge in children with RSV health. Officials are encouraging people to get their flu and booster shots to stay home if you're sick.
And a public visitation for the late Officer Trong Tai will be held tonight. Officer Tai was killed in the line of duty on October 13th near University Center Drive. Metro Police are offering the opportunity to celebrate the life and honor the service of Officer Tai. The visitation will be held tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. at the King David Memorial Chapel.
CCSD receives a $10 million federal grant for a new clean school bus program that will implement electric school buses. The grant will replace 25 school buses purchased in 2010 and 2011. Superintendent Jesus Jara said that this will benefit the Southern Nevada community's air quality and environmental impacts. Showing up to a school in an electric school bus? Oh, Jade? What's the weather look like?
Well, yes, like you said, an electric school bus. That is a new and improved way to pull up to school for the environment and for style points. And staying on the environment, the ozone hole is shrinking, which is promising growth for our environment, and we hope that this trend continues. Today we have a windy one and a colder one that we're seeing for the week with a high of 68 and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour, so it is going to be pretty windy today. Across the valley, we have temperatures in the mid 50s that are going to rise, but stay pretty low into the 60s, nothing above 70. And that's all we have for you, but stay for your 7-day and more. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Jade. Now for this week's Military Spotlight, we'll be focusing on the Rebel Vets organization here on campus at UNLV.
Hi, my name is Jen Martinez. I am currently a senior studying journalism and media studies at UNLV. I am a Marine Corps veteran of 9 years and I'm currently in the Navy Reserves.
Rebel Vets at UNLV is one of 1,500 chapters of Student Veterans of America. The Rebel Veterans organization strives to provide responsive, academic, social, professional, and administrative support to student veterans, reservists, guardsmen, and active duty members and their spouses.
So we try to connect military members, or military-connected students we call them, with members on campus or resources out in town to help them succeed during their time at UNLV and also have a successful transition out of the military into civilian life.
For a military member, separating can be a daunting task. You go from being part of a tight family to then being out in the civilian world. Many veterans can feel alone after they separate, but the Rebel Vets do their best to put on activities that build camaraderie and make members feel part of a family again.
We like to work out together. Hikes are kind of like one of our favorite things to do. We had a good mix of students too. We had some veterans. We actually had some students who have no affiliation with the military whatsoever, but were just interested to come out and connect with us.
The Rebel Vets stress a successful military to civilian transition, which is why they recruit not only military members, but also civilians to work for them. The Rebel Vets get help from many sources when it comes to recruitment, including Greenspun.
We also have a partnership with the School of Social Work at the Greenspun College of Urban Affairs, and they will actually suggest students to us, or they will advertise our positions as a practicum for PAVE. And what those students will do, they'll function in a social work capacity as a peer advisor, and that will help them gain practicum hours to becoming a social worker.
Finally, at the beginning of this year, the Rebel Vets, along with the other military organizations on campus, attended the Student Veterans of America National Conference in Florida. The conference allows for networking, but it also brings in big-name companies like Disney, NBC, and Amazon who are looking to recruit. Overall, the conference is another opportunity to help student veterans grow.
They'll also do classes like personal branding, resilience, and any other professional development or personal development that they think will be beneficial to the student veterans who are members of their organization.
Now, if you are a veteran on campus and in need of assistance or just resources, the Rebel Vets office is located on the 3rd floor in the Student Services Complex A building.
As early voting continues in the Valley, the Democratic Party holds a slim lead in the Senate race. According to the polling website 538.com, Catherine Cortez Masto currently holds a slim lead of 0.5% on Adam Laxalt. This is statistical dead heat as we close in on the midterms. As for the governor's race, Lombardo holds a less than 1% lead in the race to become the next governor of Nevada. Early voting continues until November 4th. To find the nearest polling location, visit votesmart.nv.org.
And this just breaking coming into our newsroom. According to a report by The Guardian, Elon Musk has claimed in a post that he has acquired Twitter. The post comes one day before the court-imposed deadline of 5 p.m. on Friday for the $44 billion acquisition of the company to be completed. This is just the latest update in a months-long saga between the tech billionaire and the social media platform. However, this is the strongest acknowledgement Musk has made in weeks in regards to his takeover of the platform, and he has reassured advertisers that Twitter will be in a safe haven for brands and plans among his first actions, to restore former President Donald Trump's Twitter account.
More than 4,000 employment options will be available at a job fair taking place next month at the Sahara West Library. The fair will include more than 50 employers from major companies such as MGM Resorts, Amazon, and more. Same-day on-site interviews and hiring will take place, and all positions start at a paying rate of at least $15 per hour. The job fair is set to take place on November 17th. Parking is free, along with access to computers and printers will also be available. And who is our next week's star in the Valley? We'll tell you after this.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever. I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart, and so they need you to stand with them.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you always. No, it's true. Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
It's going to take more than just us. It's going to take the community, the world, to help us make a change.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, before we let you go for Halloween weekend, let's take a look at the sports going on this weekend. Now, the World Series between the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies begins tomorrow in Houston. After winning the National League Most Valuable Player Award, our own Bryce Harper, he's going to be making his first ever World Series appearance. And the Astros, who are no strangers to the World Series, they were 59-26 at home in 2022, and they go into this one as slight favorites in Game 1 at about -170 according to the Caesars Sportsbook. The Phillies are 44-43 on the road this year, not as good of a record, and first pitch, that's scheduled for 5:03 p.m.
And coming off a big win over the Texans, the Raiders will travel to New Orleans to take on the struggling Saints. The Raiders currently sit second from the bottom in the AFC West, while the Saints are bottom of the NFC South. With the trade deadline coming up on November 1st, Josh McDaniels was very coy about any further changes that the Raiders may make.
For me, no. I mean, honestly, it's been all New Orleans. Really trying to get familiar with a team that I'd say our team doesn't know very well. They're in a different obviously conference, and so it's just this is a completely, I'd say, different style of football that we're getting ready to play than what we played last week or even the few weeks before that. So I've been totally, invested in that.
And the UFC returns to Las Vegas this weekend with a crucial matchup in the featherweight division between American Calvin Kattar and Britain's Arnold Allen. The two top contenders currently sit inside the top 6 of the featherweight rankings, and Allen goes into the matchup with the second longest win streak in the division at 11, behind only the champion Alexander Volkanovski.
And the slump continues for the Los Angeles Lakers, who lost 110-99 against the Denver Nuggets last night. The winless start for the Lakers means this is the first time since his rookie season that LeBron has started a season 0-4. After the game, LeBron was very honest about him needing to be more aggressive.
I wasn't aggressive enough on a lot of my turnovers. I was coming off a lot of screens, looking to pass to get guys involved. And I wasn't aggressive enough, and that was some careless turnovers on my part.
And in other sports headlines this weekend, the Vegas Golden Knights will return to T-Mobile Arena on Friday to play the Anaheim Ducks in the Nevada Day matinee. Formula One, they announced tickets for the Las Vegas Grand Prix will go on sale for priority members beginning November 1st and public sales on November 5th. Tickets for that GP next season will start at $500. UNLV football, they go into tonight's game against Boise State riding a 9-game winning streak, and the Lady Rebels have a free preseason carnival on Saturday. Guests can enjoy free food, take photos with the players, and watch them practice. And also not listed, the UNLV Skating Rebels, they have a midnight game tonight against the Arizona State Sun Devils. There's going to be a pregame tailgate. Jade should have the forecast for that.
And now, this is Studio G weather.
Thanks, Dom. And yes, I do have the forecast for this weekend. If you're going out for Halloween weekend or any of the sporting events, just be wary that it is going to be a windy weekend with cooler temps. And heading into our evening planner, the temperature is about going to drop at 6 to 9. So make sure you pay attention to that before you go out. For your 7-day forecast, we have a very breezy day today, and we are going to 70s to mid 70s throughout this week. It's a little bit of up and down, but overall we are staying in the 70s. That's all we have for your weather. Guys, back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jade. And for this week's Star in the Valley, we have Leah Chan Greenwald, who is named the new dean of the UNLV Boyd School of Law just this year. She is marking her name in the UNLV history book as the first Asian American to hold this title.
Yeah, I feel really honored, honestly. Not only am I the first Asian American to hold the role of dean at William S. Boyd School of Law, but I'm also one of 2 Asian American women deans in the entire country. But to see it is to be it, right? If you see something, you see someone who looks like you can think like, wow, I can be that person, right? Or I could be like that person. And so, representation does matter.
Greenwald was selected for dean following a national search for the position. Here's what she had to say when she finally got the call.
It was, you kind of almost disbelief. It's a very cool feeling when Provost TV called me. It was a phone call, and that was so great. Such a personal touch, and I really think it exemplifies sort of that warmth and welcome that we have here at UNLV. That the provost was taking the time to call me to offer me the position. It was really exciting.
Greenwald shared that in her first year as dean, she will go on a listening tour to hear out faculty, staff, and students on their experience at the law school. However, she will not just limit herself to the Boyd School of Law.
I am here, I am the law school dean, but by extension, I'm their dean. And so, all our alum and students and faculty and anybody on campus should really feel free to reach out and let me know if they want to engage, because I'm here for them.
If you would like to get in touch with Dean Greenwald, contact the UNLV Boyd School of Law. Stay with Studio G next week to learn who is the next star in the Valley. And from one powerful woman to the other, how her life's work can literally save our planet.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please?
$1.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Oh, the first one I'm probably gonna ask.
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground out of your spot right there! Come on, over your head!
I grew up sitting on the pharmacy counter reading the Wall Street Journal. I didn't become a pharmacist. I married one.
It was a while before we could roll out the vaccines.
The person first on the wait list never got to take the vaccine. He wound up contracting COVID and passed away. It is frustrating when I see people spreading misinformation. We make sure that people have accurate information so they make their own decision. We share life together. We're all a family.
Do you want to meet a family with a transgender kid? Here we are. Max loves to do backflips. Max loves to play his ukulele. Max loves to just be a kid and just be himself. When I found out I was pregnant, all I really wanted was a happy, healthy, whole child. And that's what I got. I think it's really important for people to know that trans kids don't have a political agenda. They are just kids. Like any parent, we love our kids unconditionally, and we will never stop fighting for them. Stand with us. Protect our families.
Glendale Casilla realized how much her waste consumption impacts the earth and decided to do something about it. She is now the internal events lead at the Climate Reality Project, who recently spoke on the environment at the TEDx Countdown. Thank you, Glendale, for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be here.
So how did you kind of get started in this activist role?
Well, when I moved out on my own, I realized how much I, as an individual, consume, not just when it comes to food, but everything from clothes to technology and just like products in general. And it made me think not just about what I was consuming, but also the life it had when it left my hands, especially when I realized that plastic lives or lasts a lot longer than we even live our lives. So I became really passionate about learning more and educating myself on that topic and spreading that awareness to everyone around me, because it seems like people are interested, but they just don't know where to start, because in this day and age with all of the media everywhere, sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming to know what is true information and what's kind of a little too much.
And how can people start kind of thinking, okay, this is how I'm not going to waste?
Well, I think it all comes down to like what you're personally interested in, because everyone has different interests, and they they care about different things. So if you care about like makeup, maybe look for brands that are a little bit more sustainable or have more sustainable practices. It's a little bit hard because there's a lot of greenwashing that people don't really talk about. There are so many brands that will put on their packaging, oh, this is recyclable, made from recyclable materials. But for instance, like when it comes to clothes, if a brand says that they made like yoga pants out of recycled plastic bottles, yes, that's one step, but that's not the answer to everything, because even though they did that, when you wash those clothes, those microplastics still leach back into the water. And it's kind of like we're making little steps, but we're not quite there yet. And it's a hard topic to kind of dive into because it can connect to everything.
And can you kind of tell me about the nonprofit you work for, Climate Reality Project?
So the Climate Reality Project was founded by former Vice President Al Gore, and I actually didn't really know about this until I joined did the training this June, and it was really interesting. I actually got to see him speak, which was really fascinating, but I became really fascinated and interested because on Earth Day, this year in April, I went to a festival in downtown Summerlin, and they had a booth, and they were talking about how they had a training event that was going to be happening, and I'm really passionate about taking action in any way that I can, because at this point I feel like it's really necessary and we have to do at least something. So.
And you took action at the TEDx talk, and I just want to thank you for kind of sharing your platform with us today.
Yeah, of course. It's all very new to me, and I'm really happy to be part of this movement and to do what I can and just educate myself, but also the people around me.
Thank you, Glendale.
Of course.
And now let's go on to break.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation.
It's the last week of spooky season, and Vegas is ghouling things up for a Halloween weekend rundown. Halloween is the magical forest welcomes witches and ghouls of all ages for a fun experience at the Opportunity Village. Forest goers can enjoy fantastic rides, nightly entertainment, trick-or-treat stations, and carnival games for free until October 31st. The Atomic Museum will host its first ever Halloween trunk or treat tomorrow. The museum says it will host cars decorated with spooky decor as they pass out candy. The museum will include science-themed activities for kids, a DJ, face painting, and more. Admission to the trunk or treat is free, and you can find more information at the National Atomic Museum website. And Seats and Scares, the Clark County Government Center Amphitheater is hosting their annual Halloween Safe-tacular and Booster Bonanza this Saturday at 10 a.m. Join them for a festive trick-or-treat style event with free goodie bags, candy, and pedestrian safety education. They are also offering free booster seats for qualifying families. For more information, visit the Clark County website. Okay. Anything we missed? Let us know on Twitter at StudioG_UNLV. Back to y'all at the desk.
Dom, you know what they miss on the Halloween weekend?
What's up?
My birthday coming up.
Oh, yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Birthday girl coming up. But there's plenty of fun events for you to celebrate.
There is.
You could go trunk-or-treating with the kids and, kind of mingle and whatnot. You can go to haunted houses, whatever you want to do.
Look, all I want to see are some cute dogs in little outfits, like a hot dog. Come on.
That'd be nice. I love the little dog costumes.
I know.
I'm gonna be dressing my cat up as a taco.
A taco?
Yeah.
A taco cat? Wait,
Yeah,
taco cat spelled backwards is taco cat.
Exactly. See, that's the whole thought process.
Yeah.
Of it. Thank you all for joining us today on Studio G.
I'm Mia Nakamura.
Be sure to tune in next week, 9 a.m., same place, same time for more news.